boys and girls, pimps and simps, welcome back to the Mac Life, the #1 channel here on YouTube. And in today's video, I've got some sauce for you. I'm revealing the hidden Mac Life master plan that I'm currently working on. Because with my channel, you know, like I show you everything. It's open, it's honest, and it's transparent. I'm showing you how I'm getting featured in articles. We're working on the IG verification. I show you shit that no one else wants to show you. And basically, I'm trying to help you shortcut your way to making as much money as humanly possible so you can live the life you want, okay? Because at the end of the day, what's the point of having $100 million if you don't live the life you want? So it's really, I think, comes down to lifestyle design. And the more in which the content I put out on my channel, the more in which I realize I'm just trying to document my journey to get to where I'm going using the most effective tool possible, plus help you all. It's like, it's an amazing benefit that I get to help other people while doing it. So we're going to go through my step-by-step $100 million YouTube plan. We're going to go through exactly what I'm doing. Now, this $100 million plan is specifically using YouTube, assuming that YouTube doesn't go anywhere in the next 10 years. You know, I have a pretty good feeling that YouTube's still going to be the dominant force within 10 years from now. Maybe it may transition to some like different form of media, but I feel YouTube will adapt pretty quick. And if not, you know, it might just be on another platform. But pretty much it's going to stay the same. Obviously, we're going to have little bits move and little bits change throughout. But I mean, we're going to go through the entire plan and what I'll be working on now. The #1 thing, and then after that as well, if you're thinking, well, how can I do that? Don't worry, we're going to get into your plan at the bottom. And you can see I haven't put anything there. So I'm going to explain to you how you can do the exact same thing. Now, as well as this, I don't want to ask you to hit subscribe. If you find this video enjoyable as we go through it, and you think, you know, I'm going to give this a go, life is much better to do it with friends. So I just recommend that you share this with one friend who you think this could help. Because imagine if even one of you make it and you just get to $100 million and you're like, hey bro, remember when I sent you that video that got you started? This might be a $10 million share for you. So who knows? Share it with a friend. Okay, so the very first thing that I'm focused on is over-delivering on product value. Now, if you don't have a product that you sell yet or anything like that, that's fine. That doesn't matter. I already have a product that I sell, and it comes from years of experience doing different things in e-commerce and OnlyFans. So I already have a product, and as long as I can over-deliver on the value, okay, the deal, so basically the exchange between how much I charge and the perceived, you know, outcome or what people are getting from it, that they feel they're happy with it and they're getting more than they pay for, I'm mega happy. I'm content. I know that what I'm doing is just, and I'm happy to work on it as hard as possible for as long as possible. And that's going to be a catalyst. That's going to be a driver, because if you're working on something that you don't perceive that delivers value, it's going to be very, very hard to sustain. So if you don't have a product yet, don't worry. We're going to get into all of that down the bottom. But my very first thing is to make sure that my product over delivers on value. As long as it does that, I'm very, very happy. Now, I will produce 4 YouTube videos every single day. Now, obviously, I'm a human, okay? I'm not a piece of software, so there's going to be default. But the goal here is that over the space of time, which I'll talk about, I want to hit an 80-20 principle. I want to at least get out 80% of what I said. And if I can do that, I'm very happy. You know, I'm allowing myself 20% room for error, which is natural. It's a human thing. A lot of people are like, David Goggins, who's going to carry the fucking boat every single day? That's fine. But, you know, and that's good to have that drive. But you have to understand, sometimes things will be out of your circumstances. So I like to play the statistical chance instead. And I look at it like, you may be there, who's going to carry the boat, motivating the team, and then, you know, a sniper shoots you, or you step on a claymore and your leg gets fucking blown off. You ain't carrying the boat. You may have carried the boat, you know, the last 5 years. You ain't carrying the boat now. So, you know, I love the David Goggins. I love that little mindset that who's going to carry the boat. But, you know, I also like to look at it pragmatically. And so with my plan, I don't want a plan that has to rely on something that I don't see as practical. I want a plan that's pragmatic to get me to my goal. And I'm going to explain why $100 million as well. And the scary thing is that I really believe that I will get to $100 million. I'll explain what that looks like, whether it's cash flow, what it is in a second. But I genuinely believe I will get to $100 million, which is scary to think of. So I just continue to produce 4 YouTube videos every single day, assuming that YouTube's still the jam. And we can change, we can adapt strategy, but it's pretty much going to be the same. And what I'm doing is I'm leveraging media. So all I'm doing is I'm leveraging media in the best form possible. And right now that's YouTube. So essentially I'm looking at where do I get the most ROI for the amount of time that I spend? Where do I get the most ROI for the amount of people that I can help? Where do I get the most ROI in terms of dollar cost for time spent? That's all I'm looking at, is those two factors. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is capitalize. This should produce 80% of the result, but we're also going to cap that extra 20 very, very easily by producing pretty much all the content on YouTube. And then over time, say every 100 videos or every whatever, so once a month, we just widespread that content across multiple platforms. So I just get my team to go ahead, push it out. Rumble does it automatically now, but we push it on Rumble. We push it as Pinterest posts. We push it as Facebook videos. We push them as, Twitter feed posts. We push it on everything. Podcasts on Apple, Google. We push it on everything that's relevant. We can create TikTok videos. But essentially, I just widespread content across multiple platforms. And I leverage people to do that for me. Now, the next thing I do is, which is great within the product that I sell, is I'm essentially building a community and incentivizing a community to reshare my content on multiple platforms. Now, this helps to spread virality. And as I grow, okay, as my online persona gets bigger, it's more valuable for people to reshare my content because the virality is already there with my existing audience, plus it grabs new audiences quicker. So it's essentially a compounding growth cycle. So the reason that this is going to work so well is it's a compounding growth cycle. And I've been in the YouTube game for 2 years now, and all I've done is watched from the very smallest amount, compounding growth. And the way in which I've enhanced that is by adding volume. But now it's at a point where I can't add any more volume, but by leveraging the platform that I'm using, it's doing it for me regardless. So it's just about the same volume times time. How else can I spread volume is with other people, and how else can I make it beneficial to them? So I build a community who's going to reshare my content in multiple formats, meaning they might make review videos, they might make reaction videos, they might upload my shit on TikTok. They're just going to reshare my content everywhere. Then to top that off, once I hit a stage, a particular stage, I'm not too sure when that is yet, and that's fine. I will know when the time comes. I will hire a team, an in-house team, whose sole purpose is, I already have that to kind of using freelancers, but I'll hire an in-house team to chop up content and reshare it. And more importantly than, you could say I could just do that with a freelancer. The most important thing the in-house team will do is analyze the existing content base that I already have and chop up the most popular content. So their goal will essentially be looking through data and recreating from the most popular content what they think has the chance to go viral, and then using those suggestions for when I create new content as well. Now, that I feel will only be relevant once I have, say, 1,000 podcasts maybe, or 1,000 videos on YouTube, which takes quite a while. That's a lot of work to get to that stage. Even pushing out a podcast every single day like I do, that's 2 or 3 years of time. That's 2 or 3 years to get there. So we're quite a little stage off yet. Now, on top of that, once I have done that and I have accumulated what I feel is within 2 to 3 years from now, I definitely feel I will have hit at least 100K audience on my YouTube, and then I will leverage my existing fame to grow my close friends and family members' accounts, my cousin and my close friends. And I will accelerate their growth so they can skip that massive part of the cycle and start making insane money by helping them, by using my existing audience to help them catalyze their brands. Now, this is beneficial to my audience who get to see more personal stuff to do with my life. This would be beneficial to my friends, obviously, and my cousins. But on top of that, okay, I will have them also have links to promote my content. So it will continue to grow me and make me more money as well. Then I'll essentially grow their account, so I'll 3x that. And what happens is, when you help others, they help you. So essentially by giving them that boost to grow their audience, okay, their audience will continue to build independent of me, but it will bring traffic back to me as well. And I will continue to bring traffic to them. It's a synergistic cycle. Then by that stage, okay, that will have accumulated maybe another 3 to 4 years of time there. I'll get an offer. Simply because of the fact that after 2 to 3 years at 100K, and then with the compounding growth and growing others, my social reach on platforms, we should hit 1 million subs. You know, I genuinely believe we'll hit 1 million at some point. We'll be able to crop back to this video. And, you know, assuming I don't die from some freak accident, we'll be able to get there. If I die like one day before, I'll be fucking squealing. I'll actually be squealing. You know what? So I don't know how I'm going to produce a video and keep it locked in a vault. I'm going to send it to my mate and say, like, if I go down the day before, release that video. That will be a viral banger. I'll film that. But then essentially I will sell all rights to the first platform that offers me $100 million. And people are like, oh, you're a sellout. No, I'm not a fucking sellout. It's a strategy. I'm utilizing a strategy from the very start. I'll have helped as many people as possible along the way here. Selling out to a platform doesn't mean that I won't continue to help. It just means I'm just providing exclusivity to that platform. Plus, because of the fact that, you know, I'll have built it in a way where I already have my audience resharing my content for me across platforms, it doesn't matter. I'll still be on every platform. It's not really a sellout. But I'll sell the rights to a single platform, continue to work on whatever the contract basis is, maybe 2 or 3 years. And essentially, I've leveraged my youth and my time for one strategy over 10 years. And here's the thing is, I'm looking at this strategy as a 10-year plan. The reason I'm so confident is that many people overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in 10. And so when I tell people, you know, I aim to make $100 million, I'm giving myself 10 years from now. I'm not even counting like the previous 2 years I've put into YouTube. So I'm going to leverage 10 years of time. And people think that's a lot of wasted time, but I'm going to explain the benefits of it in a second, okay? I'll have leveraged my entire youth for that $100 million payout, and then we'll be coming back to this video. Now, I'm going to tell you the benefits, and then I'm going to tell you how you can do it too, because there's no reason you couldn't execute on this exact same plan. So the benefits of this plan is, if it doesn't work out, I'm still only 36. A lot of founders of billion-dollar companies, we're not even looking at companies. Let's look at an author. Let's look at J.K. Rowling and people like that who didn't write, you know, their first well-known novel, or they didn't make their first $1 million until they were in their 50s, and then they become billionaires. You know, we have so many founder success stories like that. But the crazy thing is, you know, I already have a good amount of capital and I already live a great life. So it's like, this is what I want to do. I get excited to push out videos and create content every single day and help people and help myself. It's synergistic. Okay, that's all I want to do. So I'm getting to do exactly what I want. I'm just doing it in the most effective way possible. Even if it doesn't work out, I'm still young. And, you know, if it doesn't work out, 10 years from now, it would be very, very, very unlikely to assume, okay, that I'm in a worse position than I am now. It would be very unlikely to assume that I would produce 4 YouTube videos a day. I leverage the highest possible opportunity vehicles. I leverage the highest possible game plan that I can think of. I leverage media. I leverage capital. I leverage all of these things. It would be fairly impractical to assume that in 10 years from now, I could be in a worse position than I am now. And I'm already in a great position. So even if I was in the same position 10 years from now, I've really just had an enjoyable 10 years. And I've learned a lot of shit along the way. But more importantly, in those 10 years, I'm doing exactly what I want and I have 100% freedom. I don't report to a boss, I'm doing whatever I want. I'm traveling the world. I'm meeting great people. I'm leveling up my skills every day. I'm helping others. I'm making money. You know, I just feel like this is the best possible game plan. And the crazy thing is, it's taken years to get to understand all these stages and become confident in this plan. And the reason that I want to share it is, like I said, I want my channel to be the most transparent. I want it to be the most practical channel for others. And I want it to be a document of my journey. And, you know, I've been saying it in the last couple podcasts. I want it to be a document of my journey to 100 million. How can I just say that, but then not show you exactly what I'm doing? This is my game plan to get there. I'm showing everyone the game plan. Because imagine when I get to $100 million and people say, oh, fuck, he did it overnight. It's like, no, son. Watch back 10 years ago, we talked about this. 10 fucking years ago, we started this plan. Olympic level athlete fucking warming up on the blocks. 10 years ago, he started working towards this. So, but now you're watching it in VR fucking headset version. So let's look at how you can do this too. I mean, it's very, very simple. It's pretty much copying everything that I've done, but don't focus on your product. This is the crazy part, right? You don't need a product to begin with. You just need to start. You just need an audience, and your product will come over time. And if you're saying, I don't know what to film, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know, the coolest quote that I heard from like Alex Hormozi is the fact that, not even a quote, but you know, he built his business from 0 to 10 million, I believe he said, his first 10 million, from in like a closet. No Windows, no nothing, no crazy computer, worse software than I have now, no great microphone, no great lighting, no great camera, and build it to a $10 million business. And it's like, if you're not at 10 million, you can't complain that it's anything else that's stopping you from getting there, because that's all he used to get there. So you don't need a product to begin with. Your product idea will come over time. You don't need the best software to begin. You just need to begin. And you know, if you don't know what to talk about, that's fine. Go on YouTube. This is why it's so powerful. And just look up, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't know what to talk about. Get topic ideas. Start doing reaction videos. Look at what you're interested in. Ask people for feedback. Ask people what they think. Then see if that aligns with what you like talking about. Just start creating. Become a creator. And you may not even enjoy it at the start. It may be a hassle. But the thing is, I believe like you can't compare this business model to anything else and say that you would enjoy it more. Like, unless you already have an inclination towards something, like you're a musician or whatever. And if you are, you can combine YouTube. You could create music videos. If you like beauty, you could create beauty videos. But if you work like a basic 9-to-5 job, you can't say that, oh, you know, but it's hard work, it's volume, I get sick of filming videos, and compare it to your 9-to-5 job. I just don't think it's comparable, because you look at the two between 10 years, one's going to provide you a way better lifestyle than the other. And when it comes to monetization, you'll learn that along the way. You'll learn how to monetize, you'll learn different strategies, whether it's selling merch, you know, selling different things. And you know, you don't have to just sell a course or sell anything like that. You know, I obviously sell a course and sell a program, but it's because I was successful in e-commerce and successful with OnlyFans. And I look and it's like, that's the most value I can provide, is show others how to do it, because they see genuine results. And this isn't a plug for my course or anything. Like, this is just the most value I can provide. And this is why I hate people that hate on people who sell informational alternative education. And especially the big YouTubers that do it. They're like, oh, people who sell courses are a scam. And it's like, bro, you monetize off people by selling hoodies. Like, what value do you really bring to the world? You create your videos, but your monetization strategy is to sell a hoodie. Like, you make all your money selling merch of yourself. Like, sure, that brings people a little bit of fun for a few seconds, but that isn't life-changing value. Showing people how to make money online is actual value. I think it's better than a fucking hoodie. So, you know, I look at a lot of people are hypocritical when it comes to alternative education. And I just don't they monetize their audience for dumb shit. They sell ticket concerts to go see them at events. Like, just to see them for a moment. Like I would take Logan Paul, who I actually like, but I look at his stuff and it's like, you know, he sells like a vitamin water drink. It's like, bro, and you talk shit on people like Andrew Tate who are pushing out courses. It's like, those courses can genuinely help people change their life. You're just selling a vitamin drink. So when it comes down to value and it comes down to your product, you'll get there. But everything else, you know, you can follow identically. Produce 4 videos a day. Maybe start with 1 and build up. But just be consistent. You know, like I said, this is a 10-year plan. And, you know, the last thing is, if you're sitting here and you're going, that's cool, Mac, that's cool, but I'm in the 1% of your audience who is 50. You know, I'm 50 years old. You know, 10 years from now, I'm going to be 60. What if it doesn't work? I can say to you this. I feel, honestly, this is the best possible chance you have to make it that I know of in today's world. I don't know of anything else. No, I'm not an expert in any other industry, but I've seen so many people succeed in this industry that I feel that, you know, I just 100% believe that it's possible for anyone. Like, I just have 100% belief that it's possible for anyone if you follow the game plan, if you put in the work, you put in the volume. You know how they say, yeah, well, only 1% of people end up making it. That's true. But out of that 1% of people who make it, they're the 1% who put in the work. Like, they're the 1% who put in the volume. Try and find someone on YouTube who's put in 10 years of posting 4 times a day and hasn't seen, like, at least a moderate level of success. You know, I just don't see it. And maybe they're only 1 more year away from getting to that next stage. So, you know, I feel this, you know, it all starts with a game plan as well. This is, I have a very clear game plan. It's to make $100 million. So when you have a fucking clear strategy and a clear thing, you can measure if you're successful or not. A lot of people don't have this plan. They get demotivated because they're like, oh, you know, I'm only making 10K a month. I'm only making 50K a month. And to some people, that's a lot of money. And they're like, oh, but, you know, other people are making 1.2 million. Like, look at this girl on OnlyFans. She's making 1.5 million and she's younger than me. And you get demotivated. That's why you need a plan. You need an exit strategy. And then you don't compare yourself with others either, because you had your plan to work on. But if you're saying, look, I'm 50 plus, you know, in 10 years I'm going to be 60, guess what? In 10 years, this is very important to understand, whatever age you are, you'll be 60 anyways. 10 years from now, you're going to be 60 anyways. And I don't think you're going to come up with a better plan to work on than this. And if you are, you know, congrats, work on that plan. But in 10 years is going to go by anyway. You can't stop time. You can't stop it happening. It's just going to happen. You're going to be 10 years older anyway. So I think this is the best plan to get to $100 million and genuinely enjoy life along the way. You know, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe 10 years from now, I'll be doing a video. I was wrong. 10 years ago, I was wrong. Guess what? I'll create another 10-year plan and I'll work at it, because I think the plans that we make are too short-handed, and I think that giving ourselves 10-year plans, but with extreme volume, gives us the ultimate chance to make it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found some value. Share it with a friend. Share it with someone who you're going to drag along. And like I said, you know, maybe if you two grow at the same time, you won't have to just leverage. You can double or compound the speed. You know, if you want to do this plan, say to 2 friends, boys, are you fucking in? Like, chicks, are you in? Like, birds, let's fucking run it up. What are we doing? Let's do it. Let's work on this together. And you might enjoy the whole process more. You might make your own channels and a combined channel and da-da-da-da-da. But I feel this is your best chance. And more so, I feel it's my best chance to get to $100 million. I know, you know, I made good money and I've made my money from businesses. I haven't made my money from investing. So, you know, I feel, you know, I'm not a Warren Buffett. I don't think I could invest my way safely to $100 million. I think, you know, if I dedicate enough time, I could, but it's a lot riskier. I feel it's a lot less likely that I'll get there. You know, I could invest in crypto and learn things, but it's less likely that I'm going to get there that way. You know, for me, I feel this is the best possible way to get there. And if you're saying, yeah, but you already have an audience, I didn't. You know, I'm about to hit 5K on YouTube, which seems like nothing now, but I already know the power of a 5K niched in audience. 2 years ago, I had nothing. I had no one. No one from Instagram come and followed me. I had like 6 subscribers when I put it up. And I said, like, I had 20K on Instagram, but no one went across to YouTube. I built it to 5K. Soon it'll be 10. Then it'll be 50. Then it'll be 100. And then eventually it'll be $1 million. And then I'll sell this out for $100 million. And the reason why $100 million is just because of the fact that I heard Joe Rogan sell it out for his right Spotify for $100 million. And I was like, $100 million really is fuck you money. You know, I don't know if I'll ever become a billionaire. I don't believe I'll become a billionaire. You know, I might believe that once I make $100 million and I look and I'm like, I've got serious time on the board. But I do believe I'll make it to $100 million using this. And more so than that, to make it to $100 million. $100 million lets you live the ultimate freedom lifestyle. You know, there's nothing that you can't really buy with $100 million. You can, a fucking Lamborghini yacht and stupid things. Like those things really don't provide that much more value. You know what I mean? Once you get past a certain amount, if you generate 7 figures a year, there's not really, that excess money doesn't really do anything. And this provides the most value, gives me the optimum lifestyle, and it's the dream plan towards 100 mil. So if you want to get started on something like that, maybe, you know, start building up your channel too. We can link each other. We can do anything. Let me know if you're going to start this plan, if this is the sort of plan you want to do. And yeah, leave a comment down below, share it with a friend. And if you found it valuable as well, like I said, just actually share it with a friend who you think this may help. So I'll see you all in the next video.